The JAK-12 or the AA-12 is the new gun to enter the scene in Warzone. Is it better than the R9 or the Origin? Do you need to use frag rounds or a 32 round mag? That's exactly what we're going to cover in this video. If you're new to Yoko Gaming, be sure to subscribe and like this video so you will be aware of everything that we post in the future. We post sweat clips, we drop nukes, we are the quick scoping guide as we do all of our sniper rifles. We even just did a tier list, so check that out. And let's jump into the video. Okay, so the JAK-12. The first thing that hit me about this gun when I finally maxed it out is that it has a lot of different ways you can build it. And although it does harken back to those days in Modern Warfare 2, it to me is not the exact same gun. The gun kills slower and it just seems to be slower overall. However, it is nice to have a fully automatic shotgun in this game. I'm still praying we get some of other games as past into this future one. So the first one is with the Dragon's Breath. To me, it's good in multiplayer, but for Warzone specifically, for one, you only get an 8-round mag, which is just not enough, even in solos at some point. And it also doesn't do the damage. Now, you actually don't get extra damage like you would on the R9, for example, which, in my opinion, is still king over the Origin and the other shotguns with its fire breath. The next one is the frag rounds. Now, I was a big proponent of this when it came out with the Rytec, and you were knocking down cars and helicopters with 2 to 3 hits. I thought that was absolutely amazing, and I've seen a lot of TikTok, Twitch videos, and YouTube, Facebook, everywhere about people shooting out helicopters and stuff with these exact same rounds. However, in my attempts, they always get blocked by the trophy system. Now, I don't know if there's a range thing on it. I don't know if it's because I was super close, but just be wary that it may be glitchy for you. However, in multiplayer, this thing cleans up for sure. But again, you still only get that 8-round mag, which means unless you're making a tro class, it's just not viable in Warzone. Now, the 32 round does seem like overkill. I think for solo, it may be good, you know. You lose a lot of movement speed on it. Now, I think if you're running an MP5 class or something that you can kind of make it up, you stem shot it, this can still be the way to go, and it's actually really good in multiplayer. For Warzone, I mean, you do get a lot of mobility decrease, so good luck trying to run out of the gas with it. But on the other hand, you can fit pretty much your whole inventory in one canister, so take that for what you will. This is the class that I've been using as late just to try out the frag class. I don't necessarily think this is the best class, and I definitely wouldn't recommend this in Warzone. It was just something I was to try out, but you can pretty much use it like an AR as it is fully automatic. So you'll have your longest barrel, which is the Torrent barrel, and in my opinion, this is the best barrel. You get the tighter pellet spread and damage range. Now, you do get it again from this Influx, which is the first barrel, and you do take a big movement speed hit on this one, but telling you it's worth it. It's pretty much like the Corvus barrel versus the grenade barrel for the M4. I almost said M16. All right, and then we have the Marauder. There's 3 here that I would use, which is the Monolithic, the Marauder, or the Choke. You don't really want to mess with recoil control, recoil stabilization. I mean, these are great that they put these in here. Melee damage, I mean, that's kind of niche, but they really don't do anything for the average player, and even then, unless you're doing a troll class, there's no reason to have any of these. So the Marauder basically is your Choke with a suppressor on it, a huge suppressor. As you can see, the barrel gets really extended there. It's great. I think this is the best barrel in my opinion. It doesn't have the tightest ADS spread. This one would be the Choke. This one hands down is your laser class, but this one's pretty good up close and far off as far as, you know, shotgun range goes, and it stays off the radar. Now, for duos, this may not be a big of a deal. You know, you could actually let this go and go for, I don't know, something like a sleight of hand or something else. But for me, playing even in quads, you know, there's a lot more enemies and everyone's looking at the radar. This could be a key factor in make it or break it for your team. Right? So that's the frag class that we have, along with the stippled and, you know, everything else. But what I would recommend is still go with the Marauder. 5M laser, if you guys know that I build all my guns with 5M because I love to sprint to fire. I would still use the Torrent barrel, I would use the 20 mag, and I would use the stippled. Now, you could let go of this Marauder and take down your stock and get a little bit more ADS speed. However, it's not going to be the sprint to fire, so I would drop that off and go to sleight of hand. But again, that's just my opinion here. Now that I have 2 builds, at least a couple builds to give you guys, you know, something to play with, my verdict and opinion on this is it's an amazing gun in multiplayer, and you can use just about any of the ammo in multiplayer and have fun with it, you know. But as far as we're talking about Warzone, I think you need to use the drum round, either the 20 or the 30. And aside from that, I still think it gets outclassed by the AA-12 and the R9. I've watched my teammates gun down countless of teams on their own with the R9 class. If that is something you guys want to see, let me know. This is the class that we rock when we do duos and we win all of our games. But to me, this type of gun, this type of build, because the R9 is a 2-tap, it it just destroys teams. This one here, the AH-12, I know it's a throwback. I love it. It's fully automatic. However, I don't think in its right in Warzone, it's going to be able to compete with the R9 and the Origin verbatim. Now, I will do a video on this tomorrow and go through all the nitty-gritty, the details, if that's something you guys want to see. Be sure to subscribe and like this video. Also, hit the notification bell. That way, you will be aware of all the videos that we do, past, present, and future. So, as guys, I love y'all. Peace.